They're more private. Myself, some of that, some of myself is acquired from my upbringing, and some of it is on personal experience. In that, if I have opened up, um, I've been burned. So again, going back to protection, and it's a protection, I guess, on how much you reveal or what you reveal.
Okay. Okay.
And I'll say there's value in doing that. Personally, for me, being able to trust someone and to communicate what's going on inside. But then also, I think there's value if somebody can benefit from that or benefit from my experience. Maybe however private it might be, there's value in that to help someone else out.
Sure. So, Dave, I want to maybe ask you just a couple more questions, and then we can get you and Zach on together. Is that okay?
Sure.
So, you mentioned earlier, and I noticed a little bit of negative emotion around this, that you know, you guys have come really a long way with Carson, but that sometimes at the cost of Zach. You used the word sacrifice. Can you help me understand that a little bit better?
When Carson would have his meltdowns when he was young, and even now, obviously it's a major distraction and an interruption. And especially if there's already some sort of interaction with Zach, and there's a rhythm going, and out of the blue you get an interruption from Carson, it unfortunately takes time away from Zach. And I think that has been the case with him growing up, that Carson has always been distracted and interfered with the relationship development with Zach.
How do you
It's
feel
just
about that?
my observation.
How do you feel about that?
It's lost time. It's lost time that can never get back. And those younger years that I think of from 4 to 10, somewhere in there where they start to become independent, start to develop their own character and who they're going to be. Those are precious years. They go so stinking fast. And can't get back the lost time. And it hurts.
What hurts about it?
That I think that could have jeopardized the relationship that we maybe have today. And if he was in need for any kind of emotional support, he couldn't get it because there was a distraction going on with Carson. And there is some guilt there. And you know, missed out on that opportunity to really bond in those early years like that, because they're precious moments, and you realize that obviously as you get older and you look back, those are just precious years that you can't get those any other way. Only with a parent-child relationship like that. You can't get that kind of fulfillment any other way.
And are you talking about fulfillment for you or fulfillment for Zach?
Both.
Have you guys ever talked about this?
Very lightly, I recall once.
Okay.
And I think it's possible that either of us really didn't know how to introduce it or how to even start that discussion.
Thank you for sharing that. I can see that it was emotional for you. It was emotional for me too. How do you feel about? Do you feel
Jesus.
okay right now? Can we keep talking?
Sure, I'm good.
So, how's your relationship with Zach now? Sounds like a good idea. I think I'm good too.
Yeah. Non-combative, not confrontational, and pretty much we only see each other since COVID that I've been working at home. Might see him in the morning in the kitchen when I take a break, and then see him at dinner. And we converse and talk pretty much whatever's going on in the news, and it's very brief, and that's it. And most of his time is in the basement, in his room, assuming gaming.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really the extent of it.
How do you feel about that?
Again, it goes back to the relationship. I don't think that's healthy. We're both missing out on time. Time is ticking away, and it's a valuable opportunity that we're all in the same household, and he's back from school, that we could attempt to bond, establish a friendship, and help, even as him part of the team, helping with Carson as well.
Do you feel like he doesn't help with Carson?
He's attempted, he's tried. I think it's a bit difficult for him, I think, emotionally. I think also he may not fully have the tool set, the skill set of how to work with Carson, because he has been away at school essentially for 5 years.
Sure.
And
It's a long time.
yeah, and the only time he saw him was when he came home at holidays and stuff like that, and so it's very brief, and he may not fully understand how Carson works or how he ticks now. And how do you help him? And I think one way is try to become a friend with Carson. Try to understand what's going on in his mind, what his frustrations are.
Sure. So, Dave, we're gonna get Zach back in here in a minute, because we've been talking for a little while, and I think this kind of stuff can be kind of energy intensive. And I don't know that you've got a whole lot of excess fuel to burn.
Oh, I'm good. I'm good.
Okay. But is it okay if I share a couple of thoughts with you?
Sure.
So first thing is that I don't think that this is about Carson yet. So I know that Carson is a huge part of y'all's life and dominates a lot of what y'all spend your time working on, thinking on, enjoying. And my first thought is that at least between you and Zach, the first thing that needs to happen is that y'all need to form a relationship independent of anyone else in your family.